The same thing. The same thing happened back in the days of Jesus Christ and the apostles. His chosen 12. Jesus offended a few people, particularly those who thought they were righteous based on their own merits before God. They were very offended at some of the things that he said to them. He was saying that their righteousness was assumed, that it wasn't really warranted, it wasn't really deserved in terms of God's estimation of them. They exalted themselves, they promoted themselves before others, before other people of the same rank, and same prestige and same positions. And they lorded it over other people beneath them, and they looked down on them, and they thought others were below them who weren't as perfect as they were, in keeping with the Mosaic laws, covenants, which they themselves weren't keeping perfectly. They had all these other interpretations of the Mosaic law to kind of get around certain laws, so they could do business and so they could do things that were borderline illegal, but according to the laws of Moses. But they would make provisions for it by trying to explain it in ways that were palatable to their own interest. But yeah, they would gnash their teeth. They would bite and grind their teeth and lash out and be angry and hostile towards Christ and towards his disciples. And they were just, because he was saying things to them, they were offended. They were really offended, because he was saying that they weren't good enough before God. They based their whole lives on being good before God. They thought they were good before God, but under close examination, they weren't. It was just pseudo-religion. It was just a mask, a disguise. They call it false humility, false religion, imitation, not authentic, not real. And outwardly they were. He said they were, on the outward, they were beautiful, but inside they were full of dead man's bones. They were corrupt on the inside, but on the outside they were all polished. They wore nice robes, nice jewelry, They gave the outward appearance of being good and righteous and holy, but inside of their own minds and their hearts and souls, they were wicked. They would grind their teeth at what Jesus was saying. Gnashing and grinding teeth. That's the description of what people do in hell after they've been condemned. When they're thrown in eternal prison, the abuso, the lake of fire, the outer darkness. There will be wailing and gnashing of teeth. Like a shark. Like some kind of a wild animal.